For me, everything with the two of them was pleasant. I enjoyed it. It was everything that they injected in with the pastor. I guess it's based on their book.
Yeah, that's the actual pastor. That's not an
Goals.
actor, yeah.
And that did not work at all. I thought that just felt so clunky. All of a sudden,
Really?
yes, having all of this. Like, I don't mind a faith-based film, but it just felt so discordant from the pieces didn't mesh to me well.
How so?
All of a sudden, I felt like I was getting a sermon in the middle of my rom-com, and then it would go back to being a rom-com again, and then I'd be getting a sermon again, and I really didn't think that worked.
Interesting, because that's what I liked about this. Otherwise, I was just like, it's just like a typical vibe thing. So having sort of the typical thing, but then injecting this faith-based element where each of the characters considers where do they fit. So I felt that there was a lot of different points of view represented. You have the one friend who's in a relationship but can't get the guy to fully commit. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'm doing all the wife duties without any of the wife benefits.
Yeah.
And then you've got the one who can't seem to figure out who she is, and so she's just on a series of bad dates and relationships. And then you've got her who's been hurt before, so she's like really protective. The main character is really protective, and the person who hurt her comes back into her, her circle, and then she's got to deal with all that. So it's interesting that you felt that way, because I felt the opposite. I actually liked that they were at least, and she represents the cynical point of view of this faith-based type of relationship building, and then each of the people trying to implement it in their own way. I guess I could see if somebody felt like it was heavy-handed. I didn't think it was that heavy-handed. Maybe I was just.
It was just you'd have these segments where they're literally being interviewed for the news.
Yeah.
And then they would go on, and I'm like, this is feeling long, and it just felt. It felt like all of a sudden I was getting an infomercial for this congregation in the middle of my rom-com.
Well, and I didn't know until after the movie that this is an actual guy and that was an actual book. I thought that was all invented just for the story. So if I had gone in knowing this was based on that guy and that was his actual thing, maybe I would have felt more like you did. But I just was like, I like this idea of having your typical rom-com stuff with this faith-based element sewed in and not just looked at cynically or mockingly. I like that,
sometimes
personally.
I can like a rom-com from a lot of different perspectives. Your Love Actually, he's just not that into you, that kind of a thing. But I don't know, just these segments with the pastors really just didn't work for me.
Okay, I gave it a C+ grade, but it was a positive C+.
So I would give this rotten.
Okay, this is called